today's a little bit of an odd day for us. We typically don't wake up that early and get going in the morning to go see an attraction, but we are heading off to go see Zion National Park, and we've heard a lot of rumors that the parking lot that's at the main Welcome Center does fill up quite early. Someone told me last night here at our campground that they got there at 8:30 in the morning and it was already full. And there's a small town that's right there next to the Welcome Center, and they charge $20 for parking. So since we don't want to do that, we got up a little bit earlier today. We are heading out before 8 o'clock. It's about a 25-minute drive to the park and then another 15-minute drive inside the park to get to the Welcome Center. Hopefully we can get there before it actually fills up. The drive into the park wasn't too bad. We made it in by 8:52.
Yeah, the parking lot, the visitor center, 8:52.
And it wasn't as full as we thought, but it looked like there was only about 50 more spots left. So I imagine in the next 20 minutes, it's gonna be filled up. So it's a good thing.
Got up early.
Tip number one for visiting Zion, make sure you get here early so that you can get a good parking spot.
Now we're gonna hang out in the visitor center for a little while, let the weather warm up a bit before we head out on our adventuring.
Yeah, it was 38 degrees this morning, so we're all bundled up, but it's supposed to be 84 by mid-afternoon, so we're gonna wait for it to heat up, maybe 10, 15 degrees before we go on our hikes.
Picked up our Junior Ranger books and we are ready to hop on the shuttle. We're gonna head all the way to the end, the very last stop. We're gonna do the river walk, which is about 2 miles paved, and then we're gonna check out the Narrows. The ranger did tell us that it was gonna be too deep for Lana to go all the way through, so we'll see what it's like, just play around for a while. It sounds like fun.
Shuttle ride to the very last stop for the Riverside Walk. Took about 40 minutes.
It went by fast. Lots to look at, lots of stops along the way.
And they do have a narration on the bus telling you all about all the stops that you're passing. But the Riverside Walk is about two miles round trip, 1 mile to the end. So it should be pretty easy. It's mostly paved, well marked. Rachel's still cold.
Yes, I had on pants this morning, but I changed to shorts because that was the last bathroom we'll have before the river. So I want to be in shorts for the river. But it's still chilly. I'm hoping for some sunshine soon.
canyon here, it is a lot cooler than it is if you were standing in the sun. And they say it's probably 15 to 20 degrees cooler here than it is everywhere else in the park. And because of that, it creates a microclimate, and what they're calling it is a desert swamp. And along the walls of the canyon too, we have water dripping down, which create hanging gardens just like this one. As you can see here, there's vegetation that goes all the way up the canyon wall. Is it cold?
It's warm. Really, really, really.
This hanging garden looks like an old man's hairy nose.
We've reached the end of our hike, put on our water shoes. Everyone else here has rented hiking shoes.
Yeah, they're like a
water shoes.
special sock and then these special shoes. They've got pants to cover up their clothes, hiking sticks. No idea how much that costs. Maybe we'll look into that so you can find out. We're just going in for a bit like this.
So the girls have water shoes and they're gonna be fine, but I don't have water shoes. We tried to order some before we came. Unfortunately, Amazon was gonna say 2 weeks or something before the water shoes would get to where we are, simply because we're camped in the middle of nowhere. So I have my running shoes, taking out the soles of the shoes, the inserts, and also not wearing my socks so that things can dry off a little bit better later on. And they are kind of mesh, so it's not gonna be too bad, but it will mean I will have wet shoes for the rest of the day.
I wish we had those special socks because it is cold. Like ice cold.
How high is the water, Mariah?
Up to my knee.
And this is just the first crossing.
I'm really glad there were spare sticks back there because I definitely need one. Yeah, that's how deep it was.
Oh, look, all the water's coming.
And that's just the beginning.
Yeah, there's probably like 10 to 15 more crossings. And it might, the lady said it might even go past Lana's head.
Hiking up the river is definitely slow going. Mariah and Rachel are in the back, moving at about,
I'm getting
I don't know, 1/10 of a mile an hour. What do you think of this hike?
cold.
Cold? Are your legs freezing?
Yeah.
Your eyes are popping out of your head.
We made it around one bend and we did pretty good. It looks like we could probably make it around the next one. It's not too deep, but everyone's toes are pretty frozen, so we'll see if we can make it.
Change of plan. The girls are too cold to keep going on, so I'm gonna go up around the bend, get some pictures before heading back.
So numb.
I can't walk anymore.
I stubbed my toe. I did feel it, so I must still have toes down there. They're cold.
We had lunch, rushed back to get back on the shuttle so that we can make it to a ranger program at the museum for the girls for their junior ranger but we're all pretty exhausted
Yeah.
after that.
Once we sat down, we realized we were tired. It was hard work navigating through the water.
All of that together. And little poof of what looks like tan smoke coming up. And that's actually sand because another rock slide.